Welcome to the 21st century, a time when technology touches every aspect of our lives, even the classroom. A flipped classroom, you might say. Are you ready for the next step? Many things have changed over the last 100 years. It seems that the world is more integrated, connected, and electric. Currently, there are more cell phones than people, and families come in all shapes, genders, and sizes. Using a computer, smartphone, tablet, or laptop is now second nature. We now have a true generation of digital natives. With all the changes that have happened, it makes one wonder why education has not changed very much. Yes, our buildings are more cost efficient and we use a whiteboard instead of a blackboard, but students are still receiving their instruction in pretty much the same way they have for the last 100 years. They sit in their seats in rows, they watch, and they listen to a teacher give a lesson at the board. Probably the best way to demonstrate how schools and teaching methodologies have not changed much is to see them in action side by side. Recess is still characterized by children playing outside. Students are encouraged to work collaboratively in pairs and in groups. Directed instruction and independent practice is still the process of a teacher teaching. Generally, students are directed to walk in straight, quiet lines when moving from place to place. And occasionally, students are afforded the opportunity to participate with a hands-on activity, experiment, or lesson. And who doesn't remember the infamous read aloud when a teacher reads from a book in front of the class and the class strains to see the picture or pay attention even though somebody might be kicking them with their foot? And finally, working in the classroom. Even though the students of today may be out of their seats more often, the premise is the same. Sit down and finish your work so that we can move on to the next lesson. Since times have changed, it is time for the classroom to change with it. Let me introduce you to the idea of a flipped classroom, one where the teacher becomes more of a facilitator than the central figure in the classroom. In a flipped classroom, students are able to watch podcasts in their lessons at home. When they return to school the next day, they are able to complete an activity under the teacher's guidance. For those who may question the effectiveness of the flipped classroom, research has proven that it works. At Byron High School, the staff undertook the task of transforming their classrooms into flipped classrooms. Students accessed lessons at home, parents monitored and ensured that the lessons were watched, and the teacher was prepared the following day with an assignment or activity that correlated with the videos the students had watched. The results were astounding. Teachers noted an increase in academic achievement, learner involvement, and motivation. Now, isn't that what we all want for our students? Many of you might be thinking that the whole idea is nice and novel, but the flipped classroom can't work with the demographics and socioeconomic groups that I teach. Once again, research has demonstrated that the flipped classroom concept is sound, and technological difficulties can be overcome with DVDs and flash drives. We can also ensure that students are watching the videos by sending home viewing guides for the students to complete while watching the lessons at home. School district networks, regardless of demographics and socioeconomic grouping, are being accessed at higher levels than ever before. Just looking at the number of views of Khan Academy speaks to the massive number of students and parents online. When you look at the actual breakdown in class time in a flipped classroom, it is obvious that students are more engaged, with a dramatic increase in practice and lab time. Essentially, teachers will have more opportunity to teach and interact with students, and students will have more opportunity to interact and engage with the new knowledge. That sounds like a winning combination, doesn't it? In a recent survey of 200 teachers who are currently utilizing the flipped classroom method, 85% have seen an improvement in student grades. 30% say they connect with students via technology outside of the classroom. 25% say they were able to delve deeper into their subject matter, and 23% stated that their classroom has turned from a lecture hall to an interactive environment. Just think about it for a moment. 30% of the teachers communicated with their students via technology outside of the classroom. That is 30% more teaching and instruction time coupled with the additional lab time in the classroom. Think of the possibilities. As you can see, the benefits of using a flipped classroom are many. Homework becomes simply watching and taking notes on a podcast or video. This lessens the burden on parents, especially those who may have difficulty with assisting their child with their homework. What you are learning today becomes transparent to the teacher, parent, and student. Everyone is on the same page with the same information. The classroom becomes one of collaboration, interaction, and student knowledge ownership. Essentially, the preview and review of teaching are built right in, as students have the ability to rewind and fast-forward their teacher as needed. I know many students would love to have that capability right now. Now, let's look at what some students have to say. These students vary in age from 5 to 14, as well as socioeconomic backgrounds.
The flipped classroom is so righteous. Ever since I got in the flipped classroom, my grades have improved so well that I can do more athletic clubs.
The flipped classroom is so cool. It's like taking class at home. And then when you get back in the morning to the classroom, you only have to do a worksheet to fill out.
I go home and I watch a video that my teacher made, and then when I go back to school, my teacher can help me with the worksheets because they're right there. And my grades have improved so much because of that, and I believe I know more because of our new arrangement.
Wow, now I can do it now!
Our keynote speaker today asked a profound essential question: what is the best for the students in my classroom? The answer is simply a teacher needs to meet the students where they are and take them to where they need to be. The flipped classroom does not replace the traditional classroom. It modifies it so that it meets the needs of our digitally native students. It allows a platform to communicate with students and parents alike and lessens the homework load. Let's modify classrooms together. It is my great honor to introduce you to Mr. John Bergman, our keynote speaker tonight. Mr. Bergman is a pioneer and co-wrote a book on the flipped classroom. Mr. Bergman is no stranger to the classroom, as he has worked over 20 years as a high school science teacher and received the Presidential Award for Excellence in Science and Math in 2002 and was a semifinalist for the Colorado Teacher of the Year in 2010. Mr. Bergman is currently the lead technology facilitator for the Joseph Sears School in Kellenbrook, Illinois. Please join me in welcoming educational technology pioneer and distinguished educator, Mr. John Bergman.